Hello, folks, and welcome back. It is the 26th of August, and this is 3 at 3. 3 at 3 every day. I bring you unusual option activity that we have spotted either through our algorithms on data from the U.S. options and stock exchanges, or, and sometimes both, the sentiment data from Twitter and or Wall Street Bets and the Reddit crowd. So, without further ado, let's jump into today's 3 at 3. We are showing the American flag not only because many of us, most of us, I hope, are patriotic Americans, but also because sadly, 10 U.S. service members just moments ago, they moved up the count from 3 U.S. servicemen and or women killed to 10 U.S. servicemen and women, and that explosion not too far from the airport in Kabul. And our hearts do go out to those great losses and their families, and as well as the 160 Afghanis that were killed in these blasts. So we're just grateful, hopeful that most of you are safe and sound, and we hope that we can bring home more of our allies, translators, their families, and of course our troops and embassy staff. But yeah, this is a pretty horrific day. As far as kind of tough to go from the American flag and that sort of buzzkill to something like our bang, but we do have a stock that our team has basically been highlighting, if you look at that, since July 6th, and perhaps even before then, when it was under $5 a share, when most institutions couldn't even buy it. As many of you know, most institutional money, whether it's endowments, hedge funds, and the like, and mutual funds, do not trade equities less than $5. Nonetheless, we saw big unusual activity when it was sub 5. We saw it as it traded over 6. We saw it when it traded 14, 14.45 just yesterday, and today 17.10. So we are saying, take a look at this. This is a nice $3 pop today. Look at the range, 14.32 to 17.56. they have rolled up, rolled up, rolled up on these calls. They started buying the 450s, they bought the 7s, they bought the August 9s, they bought the September 15s. Now they're buying the September 19 calls. So each time that we roll with them, meaning that we sell out at a lower strike, taking profits off the table, and then because there was new activity, we bought in at a higher strike in the same expiration per my usual disclosure to you guys. So that's an example of pulling money off the table, getting back in, pulling money off the table, getting back in. This is something that we teach in our courses and something that I think is very valuable in terms of building your stash, because you don't want to let it all ride, folks. Sure, if you let it ride from 450 to 17, you've got a great run, but pulling money off the table means that you're taking profits and you're putting them in your pocket. And then perhaps you're putting it out there again, like we have today. But again, today, when they were buying those 19 calls that we talked about here, we, meaning me and most of our team, were buying the at the money strike at that time, which as you see was 14.45. So I was buying the 15s and then selling higher strikes. I never bought the 19s. Now that we're up to 17, I'm rolling up again today. So these are all things that I think you should pay attention to. And we just wanted to highlight it for you. If you want to learn more, go to marketrebellion.com and you can see all about our offerings, not just unusual option activity, but about getting started in trading options, because it is truly the safest and best way to trade. All right, let's kick it off today with CCL. I talked about it on the halftime report, which was hosted by my friend Tyler Matheson. He does a great job, a lot of enthusiasm, really smart man. And here is CCL. 23.55 was the stock. They were buying the next week expiration. Notice the 3 in front of September. That's the 03 September. In other words, 3rd of September. That is the first Friday in September, 24 calls. We bought at the money, meaning I bought the 23s with hopes of selling higher prices against it when it rallies. That is my modus operandi, as you guys know, is 1-to-1. I don't go ratioed short and sell, oh, I'm going to buy the 23s and sell twice as many 25s. I own the spread for free. And if it pops even bigger than perhaps the unusual activity paper thought, then you've turned what would have been a stone winner into a stone loser. So I don't do that. You guys got to decide how to trade your money, but I'm describing how I trade mine. Second trade was EQT, natural gas play. Look at this, 12,500 December 24 calls. But this ain't a stock that's trading $23 and change. It's trading $17.71. So what do you do there? Well, I buy the at the money again, called 17.50, 17, 18. You take your pick and sell higher strikes against it. Same thing, 1-to-1. That's always my goal with these trades, is to establish a 1-to-1 trade. In this case, I'm not terribly worried about slamming these calls out really quick. Why? Because we've got a pretty significant upside that we can get without having to chase, and I will chase, but I don't have to cut my time decay so severely as I have to when I'm trading short-term stuff. All right, let's talk about American Express. It was my final trade on the halftime today. Why? Because they're buying December calls here. December 170 calls with the stock at 165. So they bought 7,500. That's a nice chunk. I bought these calls, ran right along with them, not the 170s, 165s, and I hope to be selling. But again, I don't have a gun to my head. These are not options that expire next Friday, the 3rd of September. These have 3 full months beyond that. So I am not banging these calls out at that level. Instead, I'm trying to let it run and then selling calls against mine. That's the way I'm playing. All right, 2021 conference, October 1st and 2nd in Vegas. As I said yesterday, we are sold out except for these tickets. The venue, the Aria, has given us a little bit more room of course, mandated by the state of Nevada. They were only able to offer us so much room. They have increased the size of the room, so we have what we're calling bronze tickets left. Why bronze? Does that mean I have to sit in the very back? No, but it doesn't include a room. Some of the higher price tickets that we had available included a room, included VIP events and so forth. This gets you into all of the regular events for the 1st and 2nd of October. It's the only way now that you can still join us in Las Vegas. So if you want to join us live in person, these are the only seats available. They will go quickly. So please, if you're interested, if you want to be out in Vegas, October 1st and 2nd, Delta's rolled over. You want to be there and enjoy it with us, with the likes of Tom Lee, Steve Ehrlich, the chairman of Voyager Digital, Tony Dwyer from Canaccord, Robert Irvine from Restaurant Impossible. We have a bunch of surprise guests coming as well, 2 full days, the 1st and 2nd of October. Then go on over to Market Rebellion now and find this offer, because it will be gone in the not distant future, folks. There's only so many seats we can add. And the rest of them, if you want to attend, you'll have to attend via Zoom, which we do also offer. And thousands of you have taken advantage of that already. So attend in person or attend on Zoom, your choice. Go now. All right, questions. At Jon Najarian is my Twitter account. That's at JONNAJARIAN. Let's see, first question was, got questions for UOA, get them in now. Okay, Lewis took that bait and said, can you review comment on the huge November VIX UOA, unusual option activity? You bet. Here it is. As you see, just after we finished halftime report today, because in Central Time Zone, we finish it at 12, goes from 11 till 12, just after 12, 90,000 of the 17th of November, 20 calls, upside calls bought. That's a big trade, my friends. Somebody thinking that maybe some volatility coming back into the market. And they're not buying short term. They're thinking maybe it's based on Chairman Powell. Maybe it's based on a market rollover that they expect as we get through these next 2 weeks and through Labor Day. I don't know. We never really do. We just know that somebody buys 90,000 calls at $4.65. So 90,000 folks times 100, because every call is for 100 shares of stock, times $4.64 or $4.65. Oh, it's only a $41 million trade. You want to pay attention to that? Yeah, me too. So I won't be surprised if I also see some put activity in the S&P, which usually follows up this kind of activity. So keep an eye on it. You see that they also sold some December calls against this. So keep an eye on it. David Alton Clark posts up, Palantir looks super sweet, inverse head and shoulders, bottom in, nice cup and handle form, all aboard. The train is leaving the station, folks. Well, David is a better technician than I. I am not a technician. I follow unusual activity and, of course, our sentiment readings. But I respect David. I think he's a very good technician. Look at those cup and handles he put on there, folks. I would pay attention when David is highlighting this, and our friend JC Peretz over at All Star Charts as well. Keep an eye on Palantir. We've had unusual option activity in there too. It's a Cathie Wood stock. Need I say more? 3 at 3 live stream. Did you miss today's 3 at 3 live stream? We had unusual activity. This was yesterday or the day before, I forget which. And Finder of Homes at FINDEROFHOME, Finder of Home. John, do we have to be a member to watch 3 at 3? No. We put it up on the socials live. We also post it up on YouTube. So if you miss it here and you miss it live, well, you can find it probably by following my Twitter account, or you can go over to YouTube, type Market Rebellion. You'll get my 60-second video in the morning for free. You'll get Pete's the Take for free. You'll also get 3 at 3 and anything else we put up. There's, I believe, 1,800 videos there. So you can go through and go back in time too. See how many times the guys were right. How many times is John wrong? About 20% of the time I'm wrong. So if you want to bet against me, good luck. We do pretty well, folks, and we certainly appreciate all of your support. That answers that question. One more from Artun Panosian, Artun, handle at ARTOUTINPANOSIAN, a brother Armenian. Thank you. AMD, bullish option activity, and all dips are bought. Looks like a big pump is underway for tomorrow. 125,000 contracts traded. That's a lot of money traded today. What do you think, guys? Well, yep. It's the 26th today, folks. 3 days ago, which would be Monday, I guess, we had unusual activity. They were buying the 10th of September 110 calls. Today, AMD, despite the market being down 136 points for the Dow, 0.4% for the S&P, is still $1 higher than when that reading went off 3 days ago. So in the face of a weak market, this one's down a whole 33 cents today. So yeah, I like it. Let's keep our eye on it and let's be nimble. Well, that's going to do it for us today, folks. I appreciate you joining me. Please tell your friends about Market Rebellion. 2 things to remember. 1, all investments involve risk. 2, if you want to join us in Vegas, go to Market Rebellion now and sign up. Do it now if you want to join us live in Vegas. You can always join us by Zoom. We've got thousands of people there that have already done that. Thousands more will do it between now and the 2nd of October, 1st and 2nd of October. Go to Market Rebellion now. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you tomorrow from Denver. Bang.